Hey, what's going on, guys? Gamerdude back once again with another episode in our Just the Facts series. So, as always with these videos, I want to open the episode first of all by saying to my entire community and to the entire world, I hope you are all keeping well and staying safe. We're all in this together, as a species, we're all in this together, and we must absolutely adhere to guidelines from the governments of the world that they have set out for us, or this virus just isn't going to be going away anytime soon. I do also want to pass on my deepest condolences to anyone watching in the future who may have lost a loved one due to the C virus. I myself experienced how this feels. Although my gran made a full recovery, I still had that worry in my mind that she was going to pass away. So my deepest condolences to anyone who's lost a loved one. I do also want to apologise for not streaming lately. I have an absolutely agonising toothache, which I can't sort until the dentist reopen. I mean, what I'm doing right now is I've got a bunch of toothpaste in the corner of my mouth to numb the pain so I can record this. It is just god awful. So anyway, to business. As you can tell from the title, we have some more unfortunate news on the gaming front, I am afraid, guys. It appears that most, if not all, of the AAA titles due for release not only on PS4 but Xbox One won't be releasing at all this year. Now, over the last few weeks, I have been covering this topic a fair bit, and I have said I will keep you updated on news as it develops. Now, while most of the world is in lockdown, you'd think that developers would at least provide their new games via digital downloads, given that seems to be the norm these days. Or just allow people who pre-ordered a physical copy to have said copy, because technically they have already paid for it, like The Last of Us Part 2. Let's not go into detail on that at the moment. But, for those people to get those games, just not release any spoilers at fear of severe consequences, if you see where I'm coming from. But anyway, here's what I have discovered this week regarding games and the effect the C virus is having on said games. So, kicking things off, 2020 was supposed to be one of the biggest years of the PlayStation generation. Not only did it mark a new decade, but it also marked 20 years since the PlayStation 2. And that's a huge milestone, that is a huge milestone. But a true swan song for Sony's current generation console has to be understated with the amount we've gotten from the PS4, and same with Microsoft when it comes to Xbox. I mean, I'm not an Xbox guy, but, just for the sake of this being a gaming channel, I'm being mutual. But then, of course, the C virus came along, and of course I'm saying C virus because you're not allowed to say the full name of it on YouTube, weirdly. YouTube are blocking videos for people who say the full name of it, so we're just going with C virus. Anyway, the C virus came along and turned these hopes and dreams upside down. It is currently Sunday the 19th of April in 2020. Now, we have had the Final Fantasy remake released, and we're now staring down the barrel of a very, very barren couple of months in terms of AAA game titles. Of course, as we know, The Last of Us Part 2 and Marvel's Iron Man VR have both been delayed indefinitely, which means they do not have a specific release date. Now, I'm speculating that The Last of Us Part 2 has been postponed so it can release with the PlayStation 5 upon its launch as a port-over game. It will still, of course, release on the PS4 with all the content they planned for it, but they want it to be a launch title for the PS5. That's why Sony and Naughty Dog have been like, yeah, well, let's just sneakily postpone it and blame it on the virus, because everybody is blaming their problems on this virus at the moment. But there's also some disappointment as well for fans who are looking forward to this one. Ghost of Tsushima is joining them. Sony executives have said the same as what they said for Last of Us Part 2. It is simply impractical to release the game at this time. And I mean, I can understand why it's impractical, because with all non-essential stores closed, that includes gaming stores, then how are they going to make proper sales? Because people like me, I still prefer to buy physical copies of the games. I like to have them as a collection. I don't like to have them littered across my dashboard in different folders on digital downloads. I prefer to have them as physical copies. But yeah, moving on. These are certainly unprecedented times. Of course, the C virus has completely wiped out all human interaction outside of our homes. It's kind of like a Toy Story moment. When you see someone walking past your house, it's like a stranger from the outside. Oh, Someone should make a meme of that. I might actually make a meme of that if someone hasn't already. But But yeah, this means developers cannot congregate on a daily basis to continue work on their games and discuss any new ideas that they've had for said game. Like, say in particular, if they're working on a specific bug, they can't exactly just meet up and say, right, I fixed this, and then he says, well, no, I fixed it better. They can't really do that now. And talking over emails isn't the same. Talking over Skype or Snapchat or emails, it's not the same as actually physically being in person with them to show them how you fix this bug better than they have, if you get where I'm coming from there. So what do we actually have to look forward to this year? Well, it's not exactly brilliant, but I'll give you the list of what we can expect that hasn't been postponed yet, but there is talks of it being postponed. So we have Predator Hunting Grounds. Never even heard of it, so if you guys are looking forward to that, then maybe there's a glimmer of hope for you. It may still come out. I don't know yet. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't, but it should be due for release in about 10 days' time. There's Trials of Mana. Again, never heard of it, so if you guys have and you're looking forward to it, maybe it'll release, maybe it won't. Again, that's due out in about 10 days' time, so you never know. There's also John Wick Hex, which is supposed to arrive early in May. But since it doesn't have a specific release date, it just says May, it will probably get postponed. Now, everybody knows who John Wick is, so I'm not even going to go into detail on that, because I've seen the trailer for this game, and it looks absolutely terrible. I mean, the movies are bad enough, but the game looks... oh, God, the game looks terrible. Ugh. Anyway, here's another one, the Wonderful 101 Remastered. Has anyone ever heard of that? I've never even heard of that. And it's a remaster? What is this? What is this trickery? I've never even heard of this. But anyway, if you guys have, then good news. It has a specific release date. I couldn't find the release date, but I know it has a specific release date. And it is confirmed to be coming out regardless of this virus. Another one due to come out in the next month or so is Saints Row the Third Remastered. Now, this one doesn't have a confirmed release date, so it is most likely that this will probably be postponed. I mean, they were looking to get it out next month, as I said a bit earlier, but again, it's just impractical to release it. I mean, unless it comes out as a digital only game, then that would make sense, of course. But it is highly doubtful, because a lot of people enjoy the Saints Row franchise, and Saints Row the Third, it was probably one of the best. Come on, let's not lie. It had all the superhero power stuff and the giant vibrating dildo weapon, which everybody had so much fun with. But that's really sort of it when it comes to titles with confirmed release dates. I mean, it's not until September that we can point towards a solid day. to expect large-scale video games with release dates such as Marvel's Avengers and Cyberpunk 2077, which, if the virus continues at the rate it's going, they will probably be postponed as well. Because unless small businesses are allowed to reopen, even if it's at a smaller scale with smaller staff amounts of staff in, then again, impractical, and because the big AAA titles, they just won't release them. But again, this is most definitely not the fault of the hardworking studios themselves. They cannot be blamed for a global pandemic. They cannot be blamed for any of this. It is not their fault at all. So all the people out there who are blaming the game developers, it's not their fault. It's the gaming companies that decide whether or not that it's practical to release the game during this virus. So it's not the developers. They work so hard on these games for years to provide us with the entertainment. I mean, I'm sure they play them themselves as well, and they want to play through them when it's fully finished, instead of just in bits and pieces working out little bugs. So just take that into consideration the next time you want to say, "Oh, Naughty Dog, you assholes, you did this, you postponed this because you wanted to." No, it was Sony. Just blame Sony. Don't blame Naughty Dog. It was all Sony. But the upcoming months may have to be a stretch of time where you focus on your backlog like never before. Maybe you've got a game at the back of your shelf that you haven't even finished. Maybe there's some side quests that you still need to do. Or maybe it's one of those games with tons of replay value, like, say, Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, or even the Telltale game series that have that replay value that you can just play through and keep your mind at ease to the fact that there's no new games coming. But here's one thing I want to add to this. Could indie games rescue the release calendar? Because as we know, most indie games now, they are digital downloads. We get tons of them on PS Plus every month for the sake of, we usually get a AAA title and an indie game. I think this month, actually, it's 2 AAA titles. But yeah, usually on PlayStation Plus, we get an indie title and a AAA title. PlayStation fans know what I mean. I'm not sure how it goes for Xbox Live, because I've never had Xbox Live, and I don't know what games they release on a monthly basis. So, But yeah, we will just have to wait and see on that. But what PS4 games do you guys plan on playing for the first time, or revisiting during lockdown? I mean, share what you're going to be playing in the comments below. I would really like to know what you're going to be playing through. And of course, I am still taking requests. So if there's anything you want to see from me while we're all locked inside, let me know. I mean, I can't do much talking because of this toothache, so you'll have to bear with me. If I feel up to doing a live stream one day, I will. Rest assured. But for the time being, I'm just going to keep doing small projects like The Sims. I might do a couple of Conan Exiles videos. I've noticed that I put that clip in here, and it's just reminded me that I might have to play that again at some point. Just build something on it, I don't know, and upload it. But yeah, my point is, just let me know what you guys want to see from me, and I shall do it if it's within my power. So then, that's it for this episode. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope I gave you an inside look into what's to come for the next few months, which isn't a right lot if you think about it. So of course, like I said a bit earlier, my content is going to be a bit sketchy because of my toothache. I'm still worrying about my gran. Obviously, she has recovered from the virus. She is back home now, thankfully. But we're all still keeping in contact with her, making sure she's all right, making sure she doesn't have a relapse of the virus or anything like that. So, obviously I'm a bit busy in the day, just clenching my phone in my hand, waiting for a phone call that may still never come, but you never know. But yeah, shout out to all subscribers, old and new. We have finally hit that amazing 1K goal. Well, we hit it a while ago, but yeah, still. I can't thank you all enough for your continuous support and views of my content. I will continue to bring you the best content I can, and once again, I am taking requests, so let me know in the comments below what you're going to be playing and what you want to see me play. If you are, of course, new to the channel and enjoyed this video or any of my other content, make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe. I always sub back to new subscribers, and all of my videos are in playlists for your convenience as well. So, that being said, and on that terrible disappointment, this has been Gamerdude. Happy gaming, and I will catch you all in the next one, guys.